What's been the biggest advantage about making the live action content for Rooster Teeth?
For me, I feel like the exciting thing about it is how it's just grown and what we've been able to do as the company's grown. Like whenever we started, we were just, we were doing shorts and sketches, and that was like the extent of what we were able to do. And now we're doing whole feature films and long form drama series, and we're still doing shorts and sketches because those are fun, but we are able to do so much more now.
And RoosterTeeth takes chances with content, explores different types of stories and different formats, and Matt and Bernie aren't afraid to go like, well, yeah, let's try it, let's do something. So that's always exciting.
Has it been an interesting experience for crossing genres?
Yeah, for me, doing Day 5 was the first time I'd ever done anything dramatic, like seriously dramatic, besides the things I did in high school where I don't show people.
Those are serious dramas.
Yeah, serious dramas. But yeah, so I think, but it was exciting. It was refreshing to try something completely different.
It's definitely a mental exercise. Definitely, you have to segment your day. You can't just go back and forth because you just tonally they're so far off that you really have to go like, okay, this second half of the day working on this thing, because they just don't. There's no overlap. Yeah, so it's an exercise.
What is the most important skill you should have to produce live action content?
Spelling.
It kind of depends on what area you want to work in, but more than anything, I think it's just experience and just a good work ethic, because in order to do anything in, I think, this industry, you have to just like make stuff happen on your own and like work, and you're gonna make a bunch of bad stuff, and you gotta keep making bad stuff until it gets a little better and a little better and a little better, and then just go from there.
I think it also helps to start out as kind of like a jack of all trades and get experience in every facet of production, be it writing or directing or boom, off, or whatever the case is, craft services, just to know what everyone does on set, so you can be, if you want to direct or whatever, you are that much better because you know how everyone functions. So spending time, a little bit of time in everything, helps you.
What has been the most difficult moment in making live action stuff?
You always want something bigger than budget or time allows. So, the workarounds can be difficult. But in restriction comes creativity. So you're like, this plane needs to hit this mountain. It's like, well, can't do that. So how do we work around that and make it this thing? And Day 5 is a lot of that. It's a lot of working through problems to get the best thing you can. I think it made us more creative.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Yeah, I think that's always the case with any kind of writing or it's like you have an idea, a big idea, you put it on paper, and then you got to like figure out a way to, okay, well, here's what we can actually do with the budget. It's like, okay, well, how can I take what I like about this idea and then scale it down where it's still just as good, it's just cheaper.
Is there anything you can tell us about future projects?
No.
The main thing is like we just shot Lazar Team 2, we just shot Bloodfest. One thing I think we're excited about is the idea of making more movies. So hopefully we can continue to do that, because that's something I think everyone at RoosterTeeth is excited.
Yeah, and kind of been building towards.
Yeah. And I think it's just like continuing to make new stuff, cool stuff, and like take chances.
So has RoosterTeeth transition to just serials and movies now?
I'm still doing all of that,
Yeah.
It does take, a little bit of building to make films and make TV shows and that sort of thing. So
yeah, to me, hopefully it's not a choice where you have like, oh, we can only make movies or we can only make shorts and sketches. It's like you can do both, and it's like just, different people work on different stuff. You take a break from one, you do the other. They're all fun to do. They're all,
RoosterTeeth's always been about like, if you have a good idea or concept, no matter format, like if it's good, then let's make it.
But is there like any writing involved? Like how much planning is it? Or is it all natural on the day?
Every show is an immense amount of writing and planning. Even the reason why Immersion looks so like off the cuff what it was, it's partly due to the talent in it, but it's also because they've been given that framework
to.
It's
you know.
you want to set with a show like that you want to set people up for success where it's like here's what we hope will happen, here's what might happen, and if this happens then this is our plan, and so that way people are prepared and you know and then you put the talent in it, and then they'll execute.
Their job is to elevate.
Yeah, they'll elevate whatever you know whatever you give them. They're gonna make it that much better. But you want to make sure you set them up for success. So it's like a show like Immersion is. I mean, it's fun, but it is a lot of planning. It's like a lot of like, okay, what might happen.
Yeah.
You know.
What about social disorder? Because that seems like a lot of trial and error.
Yeah. Well,
It's the same thing though. It's trying to anticipate, you know. So a lot of writing and road mapping goes into that. And like, what if they do this? You know, it's like, well, this is the route we take, or you know, whatever the case is. So
yeah. I think with social disorder, a lot of it was like, because we would write basically each other's content that we would have to do, but it's like making sure it's like we'd have like middlemen who would like figure like we talked to like, all right, if I'm gonna have him do this, does this make sense? And so we could still be surprised, but then also make sure we're still setting each other up for success, so there's not overlap. And there's surprisingly a lot of writing into social disorder, even though it was completely unscripted.
yeah. And you want surprises too. I remember like I surprised you about we weren't gonna go tell your classmates afterwards that was a whole thing that we did. And you're like, what? It's all genuine reactions.
Yeah.
That I had planned beforehand. That I was not gonna let him do that. So.
Yeah, so it's like planning spontaneity in a weird way.
Yeah.